So this is Peter Obi again. Any snake that swallows money under my administration must vomit it. Peter Obi says. Yes, now, because under this current administration, for 8 years, snake has swallowed money, rat has entered Aso Rock Villa and scattered documents. All right. The same under this administration. What again has swallowed money again? Not just snakes. Okay, just terrible things that people cannot just hear have happened. The monkeys have carried money as well in this administration. Okay, so this is where this same administration, they gave somebody money for to cut grass, and the money finished. I mean, the grass was not cut. All right. So what are we saying? So Peter B is saying here that any snake that swallows money under his administration will definitely vomit it. They will catch the snake. They are cut the snake's belly, and then the snake will vomit the money. That is the truth. Snake cannot vomit money. Don't tell us lies. It's just all the corruption that have taken place under Buhari's government for these 8 years. So let's see what Peter Obi has to say further on this. The presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, has said that the issue of millions of naira being swallowed by animals will never happen under his administration if he's elected president. He stated this on Friday while addressing students of the University of Abuja during a town hall meeting in the school. Obi brought up a past incident which happened during the tenure of President Muhammadu Buhari when a JAMB official claimed that a snake swallowed 36 million naira. The former governor said if any government official makes such claim with him as president, the snake must be found and forced to vomit the money. If I dare hear anyone say a snake swallowed money in my regime as president, we must look for that snake to vomit all the money, he said. The Labour Party flag bearer told his audience that leaders who identify what the problems of the country are will be able to lead the people to the new Nigeria they desire. Obi added, I assure you that a new Nigeria is possible and that new Nigeria will be made possible by leaders who understand what the problem is. This election that is coming ought not to be based on ethnicity. If you are from the north and anybody says vote for me because I am from the north, tell him that the poorest people are from the north. They haven't solved for years. In fact, it is unsecured. They have voted not since, but what did they do? They used the controversies to ride to power. Southeast is the same thing. Poor people are everywhere. So please, it is not about ethnicity. Obi also raised concerns about the northern region not living up to its great potentials, as he noted that 9 out of the 10 poorest states in the country are in the north, despite having enormous arable land for farming that can ensure Nigeria not only feed itself as a country, but also export agricultural products to earn foreign exchange. So that is what Peter Obi is saying. So this forthcoming election is not about ethnicity, all right? Because if anybody comes and says, I'm from the north, vote me, tell the person that north is also poor, all right? And they haven't been able to salvage the poverty in the north. If somebody comes from the east, say, vote me from the east, tell the person that the poverty is also in the east. Poor people are in the east and are everywhere. So it's not about ethnicity. That is what Peter Obi is saying. The leader we need must be a leader that understands what the issue of the country is and should be able to provide solution to the issues to move Nigeria forward. So Peter Obi was talking to students of the University of Abuja in a town hall meeting where he said all of this. He said, if any animal swallows money in my regime, we will look for that animal and we will make the animal to vomit all the money, because animals don't swallow money. Actually, the fact is that these are corruption issues that have happened under Buhari's government, where a JAMB official in Calabar said snake swallowed 36 million naira. How can that happen? And they caught everybody just adopted it, and the case is dead now. How? The same way they were to probe the spending of NDDC, all right? And when Akpabio came up to talk to the lawmakers about the story of the corruption in NDDC, they wanted him to keep quiet. They said, off your mic, off your mic. And the culprit just pretended to faint on pulpit and to stop answering questions. And up till now, that probing issue ended because the lawmakers that were trying to probe the issue were also culprit in the embezzlement in NDDC by taking illegal contract. And Akpabio was to reveal all of them. When they knew the direction Akpabio was going, that was going to be bloody, they terminated all of that probing and ended it till today. Okay, so the corruption in this Buhari government has topped all corruption in the history of Nigeria. That is true. We said Jonathan's government was corrupt, and that was why he was voted out. This one now has beaten Jonathan's regime hands down. So the question is, when are we going to reverse that trend? That by the time a new government comes in, you begin to prefer a previous government that was blamed for ill performance. Okay, so how are we sure that if other people win again, we're not going to say Buhari's government is better? Because this has been the trend. We need a president, we need a government that will reverse that trend. Because the Nigerian trend is pointing downwards consistently from year to year in, year out. So Peter B has come out here to tell the students and tell everybody that under his regime, under his nose, anybody that says any animal swallowed money, they must find that animal, they must open the belly, and the animal must be forced to vomit the money out, because it is not allowed. That is not how a sincere country should go. All right? Leaders should be able to say the right thing and find out what is wrong and fix it, and not supporting corruption through nepotistic arrangement. Okay? Here in Nigeria, people do things and get away because people put their own people in power and get protection out of it. In a sincere country that wants development, that is not supposed to happen. That is not supposed to happen. All forms of machineries have been put in place for stealing. Okay? All forms of machineries have been put in place for stealing. Under this Buhari, it has been the worst. Today, I remember like the CBN governor that is designing Naira, hoping to correct economic issues from it. Prior to the election primaries, APC primaries, the same Emefiele bought over how many cars? Almost 1,000 cars or so, and to be used for election campaign, even when he has not won the primaries. When he saw the way the primaries was going, he withdrew to hold his position as CBN governor. Now, what is happening to those cars? Nobody's talking about it. All right? All the money that Buhari government has borrowed from China and from other sources to fund his budget for this 8 years, nobody knows where those money are now. We are not seeing any result for those money. You don't borrow money to spend on things that will not pay it back. Bad business, bad business, bad business under Buhari's government. Okay, so and that is why corruption had the current administration came in under Buhari on the premise of fighting corruption, but rather than fighting corruption, just 1 or 2 years after 2015 inauguration, they just came out with a complaint that PDP has been the reason for all the woes of Nigeria, and now that they're fighting, corruption is fighting back. Now they have sung that song, Corruption Fighting Back, for over 5 years now. They can't sing it again. Now they have dumped it. They are going on to something else. Quite unfortunate. Really unfortunate. So Peter B has come out to tell us that under his administration, any snake that swallows money must be found and must be made to vomit the money. So thank you for listening, and let's have your comment on what Peter B has said during the town hall meeting with University of Abuja students.